Let's go. Spawning in the bottom hand corner of Rainfall, we have the blue Zerg player. We have the South Green Zerg representing on side. It is SHIN. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the French Terran player, the Red Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. So, let us go. As we are settling into our fresh series, into our best of 5. We're settling into our best of 5 here, and we'll see if Clem, how he'll approach this. Now, Clem, he's been experimenting a lot when it comes to TvZ. We've been seeing some mech out of Clem. We've been seeing some 2-base all-ins, 1-base all-ins, proxies, but something that's been constant throughout the throughout the Terran scene in TvZ is hyper-aggressive mid-game play. We saw it out of Ryung, where Ryung, he went for a late third TC, he went for a 2-1-1 opener into heavy bio drop play, and he tried to pull SHIN apart, and he had some good moments, to be honest. Like, I was very surprised by Ryung's performance against SHIN. The mine shots especially, the mine play was brutal, and SHIN was taking a lot of mines to the face. We're expecting something similar here out of Clem, where you just start the aggression, you do not stop. That is how Clem has been finding quite some success in recent times as well. He 3-0'd Solar recently doing that. Solar likewise was tunnel visioning a little bit too much. You know, Solar known to like ape it up at times, like that. True. And Clem was able to abuse that. We'll see how he compares to SHIN. So far, it is going to be a pool first as a SHIN early spawning pool. The goal here will be to potentially delay the CC of Clem. Go. Here we go. As here we go. We are going to be building up. Thankfully, we do see an SCV scout out of Clem. If you recall, the early pool first builds can be devastating if there is no SCV scout and if we do skip that worker. But here, Clem, he scouts, he confirms, he spots the early pool, and there are no early lings actually out of SHIN. Does go for the earlier gas geyser, bear that in mind, but SHIN, he does go for the queen, and SHIN has no presence on the map. With that, SHIN will be having an inefficient start, and Clem can settle in. So far, I would say a better start for Clem. Reaper does break forward. Does break in, does pull away. Likewise, behind this, we do have a Clem saturating. Back at home, he's going to be building up. We do have our third CC on the way, so third CC before Starport. Interesting choice here by Clem. So if you remember, Clem, he recently had an interview. He recently had a bit of a round table discussion with a laser, with DNS as well, and I would agree with Clem's sentiments during that, is that going 3CC before Starport feels much weaker on the current iteration of the game. So interesting that we're seeing it here. Never mind. 3CC 2-1-1. This I do like. Okay. So 3CC 2-1-1. We're going for an earlier stim timing here from the side of Clem, and we'll see what he can get done with the bio setup later in the mid game. Meanwhile, SHIN, very fast lair. Very fast lair to SHIN. That's what, a 350-ish lair timing. So early lair here screams 2-base Muta. Now, I gotta add a caveat here. SHIN does like mixing in 2-base Hydra. I'm not too fond of it right now, but he does like mixing it in, so I have to bring that up, but it should be Muta play. Should be Aspire, should be Muta, but again, he has been mixing in Hydras. So we'll keep an eye on SHIN. Third base not being taken. We're joining with saturating. Stim is going to be on the way. Add-on swap here into reactor, in towards the reactor that Medivacs. They're coming. Yeah, there it is. There's a reason why we brought it up. SHIN, alongside some of the other Korean Zergs, they were doing this a lot earlier in the year. SHIN, he recently started going back into it. Personally, I'm not too fond of it, but it is going to be a heavy Hydra play in the mid game. It's going to be Ling Hydra and delayed Banelings. Delayed Banelings, heavy Hydra count instead. We'll see. This can do well. This can shut down drop play, especially. It can shut down early drops. It can shut down early aggression. We'll see if SHIN can catch the first 2 medevacs of Clem. That's going to be the goal. Otherwise, because we're skipping and delaying Baneling speed and Baneling nest for this, the Bio Army might even just overwhelm. So it comes down to the first engage, who gains momentum first. Oh boy. Going Ling Hydra like this, I like it a bit better against 1-1-1s instead of 2-1-1s. Just because you're delaying your Banelings for so long. We'll see. Link step back in. Now they know. Yeah, SHIN scouts. He gets a full scout. He confirms both medevacs. Does get eyes on the drops. SHIN is now aware. I'm jumping across. Hydra's they force the pick up. Now Clem is aware it was 2-base Hydra. Back at home, I believe 2-base Hydra should be forcing out tank production. Like, tanks are ideal against Hydra play, but we saw that Clem, who was already trying to work towards Widow Mines. You could argue that maybe that's why, maybe there's a place for 2-base Hydra because of how common it is to go into blind mine follow-ups. No, yeah, true. Like, currently in the meta, we have been seeing a lot of Zerg players struggle against mine-heavy play, but we drop into the main! SHIN's out of position. SHIN's out of position, catching out 2 queens. Picking up a couple of drones as well. Nice pickups here by Clem, and SHIN is going for an all-in. He's going for an all-in. So SHIN, he's undersaturating his 3rd base. There's no 4th expansion either. SHIN is going to be rallying everything across the map. It's going to be all or nothing. A 2.5 base all-in out of SHIN. Just mass Ling Hydra. Let's go. It is go time. And again, Widow Mines struggle against this. So it feels like SHIN is trying to metagame. He's trying to metagame. As he starts stepping forward. Going for the CC. Can he get a kill? Oh, he can! One more volley. Massive pick up. The CC goes down. And with that, SHIN is going to snowball out of control. He catches out the entire main army. 12 SCV kills. More Marines going to be falling. And the mass Hydra's doing it. The Hydras, they start to step in. One mine shot connects. Does not matter. Yeah, the Hydras, they can tank a mine shot. It's fine. They can tank the shots. Deeper is going to be going down. And again, the metagaming. Ay, ay, ay. And SHIN moves in, pushing into the mineral line as well. And Clem, you cannot keep up. You cannot keep up. Not like this. Once again, just going for the CC. Jesus. There we go. Now focusing on the army. Catching up more Marines. The burst damage means that the medics, they just cannot heal the DPS. They cannot out-heal. Ooh. Even forcing friendly fire. And SHIN's running out of steam here towards the end. Remember, SHIN's up 20 workers. There's the skin confirming the saturation. GG, well played. And SHIN takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. With that, SHIN, he does claim a lead in the series, wanting it back here. So when I say metagaming, the meta right now is what Clem was doing. We saw 3 CC, 2-on-1, going for a heavy bioaggression, heavy drop play into Widow Mine support. And you just keep going. You just keep going with drop play with mine support, and you eventually pull your opponent apart. That is how Clem 3-0'd Solar earlier this week. By keeping that up. Going 2-base Hydra like this, the downside of course is you're lacking Banelings, but as we were kind of alluding to, Widow Mines struggle against heavy Hydra play. They're amazing against Ling Bane, right? Because as you've seen plenty of times already here, mine shots, they can punish as the army clumps up. Here, Hydras, they're more spread out. It's a very different kind of dynamic when it comes to the DPS they bring to the table here. So it was almost like a blind counter that SHIN went for. A blind counter punishing like this heavy Marine Widow Mine setup instead. And with that, he just snowballed out of control. Went for the 2-base all-in, or 2.5 base all-in. GG. GG, well played. So again, a very cheeky build here by SHIN. I wasn't too sold on it, but considering what Clem was doing, did work out very nicely. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're now getting to game number 2. Going to be loading into At Attorney's Edge. Let's go. Let us go. As spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the French Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the red Zerg representing onside. It is SHIN. Let's go. Let us go. We all know that Clem and GG well played in a sarcastic way. Not at all. I wouldn't be surprised if that was very sincere. Just because like again, I was trying to emphasize it, but SHIN's build that game was very unique, and it was basically like blind or hard countering like what Clem was doing. And it's very abnormal. Like I say very abnormal, like we saw it a lot earlier in the year from like SHIN, Solar, and Rogue, but like nowadays it's much rarer. But yeah, it was a very specific kind of build, and yeah, it shut Clem down. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if he was sincerely impressed. It's like, oh damn, okay. It's crazy. GG, well played. As from here, we're going to be opening up. This time, hatch first. Hatch first here by SHIN. Remember, last game was pool first. So, hatch first out of SHIN. It's going to be opening up. But likewise, we do have Clem across the map going for his own standard opener as well. And we'll see if Clem goes for another 3cc 2-1-1, or if he does go for something different. Does he go for a regular 2-1-1? Does he go 1-1-1? Does he go for a delayed expansion instead? It's going to be on Clem to mix up his build. I see in the YouTube chat, why is SHIN taking a third when it's more efficient to do a 2-base all-in at this stage of the game? So that is not true. So SHIN, if you're referring to the 2-base all-in and why it hits with 3 bases, one, the Zerg production is tied to their lava, so you do need a third base for lava production to actually amass up an army, of course. Likewise, because Hydras are as expensive as they are, a 2-base Hydra all-in would actually kind of like be quite flimsy. Like you don't really have the economy to sustain yourself too much, bearing in mind that we had lingering reinforcements as well. So the reason why we waited until 2.5 base saturation was to be able to fund the strength of that all-in, of course, to hit with as many Hydras, with as much things as we had, and of course because of the production side of things as well. Like straight up 2-base all-ins out of Zerg players with specifically 2 hatcheries is quite rare. You only ever see that in ZvZ, I would say. Yeah, because typically, like even in ZVP, if you're going for like a German taxi 2-base all-in, you still get your third base just for lava at least, right? Like you still get the third just for lava. Meanwhile, we do see, oh, Clem going for a 3-rax. Okay, so this is very different here. Last game, we saw a fast third base. This time, hyper-aggression. Hyper-aggression out of Clem going for 3-rax. This hits very hard. We're going to have excess Marines. And what's scary about this is that you can fake a 2-1-1. You can fake a 2-1-1. Like, this is a very specific build as well. Like, we're getting very nitty-gritty here right now. This is also a very specific, very niche build. If SHIN misreads this as a 2-1-1, then SHIN may overdrone, and then the sheer number of Marines will catch him off guard, and then Clem can just win. He can just win the game when he gets across the map. So this is much more dedicated. There's going to be more Marines. This can be hard to scout if you don't get into the bases. So there's an Overlord here just outside. Once again, though, that's a 350, 345 lair timing. So once again, a 2-base lair out of SHIN. Does Clem just win? So I'm thinking a little bit further ahead here. So this is going to be 2-base lair. This is either 2-base Muta or 2-base Hydra. Now, if you recall, I was a little bit iffy on the 2-base Hydra play last game because it was like in a longer game state, not having Banelings can be difficult, but then it turned into an all-in. It was like, oh, it makes sense, right? It makes sense. We're going for an all-in. We're not going to have to be worried about Banelings and mid-game play. Here, by rushing to like 2-base tech, it does mean that early on, SHIN is going to have a very weak army while he builds himself up, whereas Clem is going to have an earlier power spike. This should hit earlier. This should hit first before whatever tech SHIN is going for. Lair is now done. Is it Hydras or Spire? 2-base Muta. 2-base Muta. I think this is a hard counter, right? Like, I'm pretty sure Clem is going to hit, and SHIN is going to be banking up resources for mutas, and they're not going to help. And you can see SHIN he's scouting. He's trying to scout. He sees some Marines, and now he knows. Yeah, now he sees. Now he's aware. But again, it's Lin Queen. It's going to be a Lin Queen defense. Now he throws down a reactive Baneling Nest, but this is late. It's a late reaction here by SHIN. Clem is coming. And I don't see the Banelings coming into play, especially because even if this Baneling Nest finishes, it's going to be slow Banes. Against the Marines, they should be focused down as well, especially this early on. So it's almost like Clem is trying to hard counter 2-base layer. And I mean, it lined up, like... We gotta keep going, though. We gotta keep going. Time is of the essence. Stim is none. Ooh, Stim does finish up. But it did finish a little bit late. Yeah, it did finish a little bit late here. And look at that. Even without the Baneling Nest, yo, with the extra larva, with the extra lings, shit, he's like, actually, I didn't even need this. Wow, there you go. So I was curious to see how the dynamic would change here. It's also unfortunate Clem did engage pre-stim. He engaged like 3-4 seconds before stim was done, so that did hurt. And now this is getting worse and worse for Clem. The longer this goes on, the worse it is. Remember, there's no third CC. Like it's a third CC now being thrown down. It's late. Late third base. Mutas are coming. SHIN, he's getting away with it. He's getting away with it. Clem, he has to find more damage. He needs more. It's not enough, Bappy. How much did he lose? Clem, he bled out 9 Marines. Yeah, he bled out 9 Marines as he was pushing in here. Mutas, they get across the map. Back at home, there's nothing to defend. Oof. Like, I'm thinking maybe on a smaller map, like Rainfall or Rorschach, maybe that, like, we could see this working, or close spawns on Old Sun Temple. But this is disheartening. This is very, very disheartening here for Clem. Never mind. Oh my god. Oh, yeah, look at him go. Clem, he just caught all the mutas. 6 mutas go down. Clem, he was dancing, Pappy. Let's go. You know he's smiling. you know he's got a big grin on his face, Pappy. Ay. Okay, we're back in this. We're back in this, Pappy. Let's go. As Clem is moving out, pushing through the center. Behind this, we're down to 4 Mutalisks, soon to be 6. Baneling speed is done, so Baneling speed will factor in. Clem pushing out, SHIN trying to come in from behind. Trying to collapse on the army. Now diving in, the mine shot. Ooh, mine shot goes off. Only on Zerglings. Baneling's gonna be rolling in. Good target firing. Oh, 1 connects. Yeah, 1 Baneling connects. It looks like that is barely enough here. Whew. SHIN barely does hold on. Again, the target firing was not good enough. Behind the staff reinforcements. It's still quite tense. Yeah, we're still getting tense here. Meanwhile, the Muse, they distract the army on the south side. At the same time, SHIN does hit the mineral line. Oh my god. Massive mine shot. Mine shot goes off. And Clem holds. Yeah, Clem is holding on. We have a game. We have a game. Clem, he gets his 3rd base up and running. Meanwhile, SHIN, where's the 4th? Where's the 4th? Where's the 4th base? SHIN, he has no 4th. No 4th expansion, so we have a low eco. Low eco, messy game here for both players. I would give you the edge to Clem. Clem's economy here is looking stronger than that of SHIN. SHIN is double expanding. He has to catch up. He needs a 4th base soon. Remember, mutas are supposed to harass, they're supposed to gain map control, but SHIN lost all the mutas earlier. So he's unable to be active. Clem stims in. Does kill. Ooh, that's a kill, not a cancel. Ay. Yeah, massive pickoff. Takes down the expansion. At the same time, SHIN does try to counterattack. Clem, he reacts in time. Yeah, he reacts in time. Decent mine shot as well across the map. Mine shots are popping up. SHIN does catch a medevac. Again, still trying to double expand. Oh! Yo, can we catch the mutas again? Can we catch him up for a second time? Meanwhile, there's barely any creep here. Barely any creep spread. This is ideal for Clem. At the same time, Bailey run by. Clem reacts. Clem pulls away. Clem pulls away. Mutas are trying to come in from behind. Once again, Clem is in position. Clem trying to surround. Oh, not quite able to. Yeah, not quite able to. Clem still committing. Stimming across. Oh, it's catching out all these Bailings off a creep. Oh my god. Got some rough losses there by SHIN. SHIN coming back, setting up for the surround. Nice free split here from Clem. Oh, dragging mines. Yeah, trying to bait out some mine shots. Lings are coming from behind, and there's barely not enough Marines. Yeah, not enough Marines, not enough bio. It is close here, but I think the Mutas can maybe break through. Oh my god. The Marines, they do not go down. They're healing. But there we go. Barely they're overwhelmed, and SHIN is barely holding on. Yeah, SHIN bleeding out a lot of Ling Bane, bleeding out his Mutas as well. Barely held, and Clem is still rallying. You can see he's still rallying. And again, the lack of creep here, the lack of setup is still brutal. Every time SHIN has such a hard time engaging. As Clem sneaks out, dives into the middle line. Ooh. Catching at the medevac. And Clem still has a highway directly to the 4th base. It's crazy. It's insane. He's got that highway. Thor is here, pushing further in. There's a lot of Banelings waiting for him though. Shots some mine shots. Ooh. Mine shot goes off. On mainly Zerglings. Likewise on the Mutas as well. Oh, massive connections. Mutas, they evaporate, and with that, Clem, he's done it. He's done it. GG gets called, and Clem, he will tie up the series 1-1. GG. GG, well played. Again, a very intense back and forth here. Very, very intense. As, again, we did have that back and forth. Initially, I would say that, so running all the way back, Clem went for the hidden 3 racks. He went for a cheeky build, hidden 3 racks. Meanwhile, we saw that SHIN went for 2-base Muta. I thought that maybe the 3X would be able to punish Hidden Time and break SHIN as he tried to get away with 2-base Muta. SHIN, he in a panic threw down the Bailey Nest, but actually SHIN defended. He was able to defend with purely Ling Queen. It was a very impressive defense. Unfortunately, Clem, he engaged a couple of seconds before Stim was ready, so the fight half the fight occurred without Stim, so that did hurt Clem. I'm theorizing that maybe on a smaller map this would have been much more effective for Clem, but here it barely didn't quite cut it, and SHIN had a stronger start. And then he lost all the Mutas. Then he lost all the Mutas. He saw Clem react as well with his own Marines. He was very happy. He was like, because honestly, it was looking bleak. It was looking very, very bleak there for Clem. And then bam, caught all the Mutas, and suddenly Clem was in the game. We had that back and forth. SHIN, he was on a very low economy, low base count. Took a long time to get a 4th base up and running. Because he went for the quote-unquote ninja 4th base, he had no creep. Because he had no creep, he could not engage. The army just kept rallying across, and there was just a clear path, a clear highway directly into the bases of SHIN with 0 creep spread. And Clem popped off. GG. GG, well played. With that, we have a back and forth. We have a series, and so far we've had some very specific builds every game. What do you have for us here in game number 3? Ooh, a rare sight. We're going to be loading into Rorschach. Rorschach is a much smaller map. Small map of the map pool, short rush distance by ground. Aggression is favored here. And how aggressive are we going to be? As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Rorschach, we have the French Terran player, the blue Terran, representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Zerg player, the South Korean Zerg representing onside. It is SHIN. Let's go. Let us go. So far, SHIN has gone 2-base Hydra in game 1. He went 2-base Muta in game number 2. Game 3. I mean, especially on Rorschach, no shot would go 2-base. Like, the temptation to go 2-base mid is there because of the short rush distance. We have short rush distance specifically by air. Very, very short by air. So I'm sure there's temptation, but at the same time, punishing muta play can also be easier on this map because counterattacks hit so much faster on Rorschach. So I'm leaning towards roaches. I'm leaning towards 2-base roach out of SHIN. 2-base roach is a very safe way to play, and I feel like that's how you want to play on maps like Rorschach and on Rainfall as well. So for now, I'm going to be leaning towards roaches for SHIN, but we'll keep an eye on him. At the same time, Clem, to be active, to be aggressive, especially because of the short rush distance by air, 2-on-1. A 2-on-1 would make sense. Remember last game, game 1, Clem went 3cc 2-on-1. Game 2, he went for a 3x. Game 3, I'm feeling just a straight up vanilla 2-on-1. But we'll keep an eye on Clem. Technically, we could see a 1-1-1 like Hellion, Cloak, Banshee. True, like Banshees, they also get across the map faster as well, so that could be a nice way to get some damage and get scouting information. Clem has options. Clem has options. So now SHIN is building up. This time we do have a much more... Pool first, okay. Sorry, I was going to say hatch gas pool. This time it's going to be pool first. Pool first out of SHIN. If you remember, SHIN went pool first in game 1. He went hatch first in game 2. Game 3, pool first again. So pool first out of SHIN. With that, his links will move out. We'll see if SHIN invests into link speed. He's going to have early gas income. We'll see if he gets into link speed or not. SCV Scout does confirm the early pool. Clem is aware. And Clem, his Reaper is still going across the map. Okay. SHIN going for the backstab. First queen is out. Clem pokes in. And does try to commit. Link speed is on the way. Yeah, SHIN, he's investing into link speed. He will pull out of gas. 2 links, they sneak out. And SHIN, can you delay the CC? Oh. He can. Yeah, he will delay the CC, so a nice pickup here from SHIN. Does get the Marine. Yeah, let's catch a Marine as well. Poking further in, and SHIN gets a full scout on the follow-up factory. So now he knows it's not a 2-on-1. So a nice scout here from SHIN, confirming the lack of early sim timing, and even confirming the straight-up 1-1-1. So it is going to be Hellion Banshee. So Hellion Banshee out of Clem for the first time this series, and SHIN, he sees everything with that one lone Zergling. So we got nice scouts, nice vision, even delaying the starport. So far, it's a better start for SHIN. So far. At the same time, back at home, he's droning, saturating. Now that he's aware of what's going on, pulls back into gas. Okay. Pulls back in early. So an early reaction here from SHIN. Scouting 1-1-1 Banshee play, yep, he's going lair first. He's going to be going lair first here. Now, this lair is not as fast as the last 2 games. Last 2 games, we saw 3:45 and 3:55 lair timings. This was a 4-minute lair timing, just because we had pulled out of gas earlier. So this is a later lair, and we have yet to determine the tech. Yet to determine. Against a 1-1-1, I'm not opposed to mutas, to be honest. Like, because we have some scouting information, 2-base muta would make more sense here. Just because Hellion Banshee has less opportunities to punish mutas than early stim. So we'll see how it all does come together. The lair is almost done. Gases are being taken. Show us the spire. And yep, there it is, 2-base muta. But unlike the previous games, this is a reaction to what he had scouted. Previously, SHIN would do this like without vision, without scouting. He'd do this to kind of like force a reaction out of Clem or do it blindly even. But here, it's a response. Which I do like. Oh, Lings, they attempt to catch the Hellions, not quite able to. Banshee deflecting the main. Has Clem, did he see the lair? He did. Okay. So Clem, he knows this fast 2-base lair. So now Clem knows that there's potential for 2-base Muta. He hasn't confirmed it, but he knows it's in the back of his mind at least. Could be 2-base Hydra, 2-base Muta. It could be 2-base Roach. True. Like, that's also a possibility. Banshee's deflected. Hellions. Oh no! One of them does get surrounded. Yeah, losing 1, 2, 3, 4 Hellion losses. Ay. Some hefty losses there for Clem. Does overextend. Deep on creep. Some rough losses for the Terran. And that means there's less to thread in the Mineral Lines, and it's easier to get into Mutas. That's another Hellion goes down. Down to 3. Down to 3 Hellions. Back across the map. Clem is getting his own 3rd TC. Much faster compared to last game. But of course, he's switching into bio play, into Widow Mines, Marine Mine in general. Again, I believe Clem has yet to really confirm what's going on. But turrets are being thrown down. Okay, so good read. Good read here. Mutas are on the way. Clem is getting ready. I think just because of the map itself and because of the early scouting, like, he can just assume what SHIN would do. Especially after seeing the fast lair. You just poke in. Widow Mine doesn't quite connect, and we try to trade. Ooh, 1 Muta goes down, cleans up all the Marines, and doesn't get punished. Oh, Clem does get caught. Yeah, losing 1, 2, losing all 3 Hellions. Hellions get caught out. And so far, it's only been 1 Mutalisk. Okay. So again, SHIN is gaining map control. He has to be careful that there are mines hidden. There's a mine here in the Mineral Line. Does cool down that supply. Does full heal. Does get the full heal going. SHIN claiming a 4th expansion. And so far, due to all these mines, the Mutas are losing a lot of their strength. Now, this is why, like, I'm still on the fence about whether Lingbane Muta is good against Terran at the moment. Because of the new Widow Mine and because of the short duration or the shorter cast time, the shorter time it takes for the Widow Mine shot to launch and to lock on, it feels like it is much more difficult to get away with Lingbane Muta, especially against mine-heavy play like this. If you remember, this is why the Hydra all-in earlier worked so well against a Marine Mine setup, and why Muta play can struggle. I say can struggle because technically, like, if the control is there, like, the mine shots should never connect. Speaking of, so I don't want to say that Lingbane Muta is less viable. I would say that it's just a lot more difficult. It can be a lot more punished, more punishing. Speaking of, oof, mine shot goes off. Marines they punish. Yeah, losing 1, 2, 3 Mutas. Like, it's much more difficult to dance around these mines. Much more difficult. Like, I hesitantly say that, like, you can't do this because technically, if you watched Home Story Cup, Raynor successfully did play Lingbane Muta against Clem at Home Story Cup. It was impressive. It was very messy. it was very messy, but did pull it off. It's just, you got to lock in. Like, you got to be on point when it comes to your control. Meanwhile, here we go. Lings, they do get into the Mineral Line. Mine's just going off on Lings. Catching up the Bio Army. Oh. And so far, we do collapse on the Medivacs. Emus try to chase. Catching up Marines. Decent trade here for SHIN. But he cannot fight the main army. He has to back off. And SHIN pulls away. Now, as all this is happening, SHIN gets a 4th. 4th base up and running, 5th base, gold base now going to be on the way as well. SHIN, can he keep Clem contained while he builds up the economy? And as he builds up the economy, techs up in towards Hive and Ultras. That should be the end game. The end game here should be 2-2 into 3-3 into Hive, into Ultra Tech. But now, ooh, gets caught. The Mutas get caught out. Clem is breaking free. And SHIN, he's got to be careful. These Mutas are so delicate. They're very, very delicate. They're very fragile. SHIN is looking to commit, bringing together his entire army. The mine shot, ooh, does not go off. Yeah, no mine connection. Second winter mine does go down as well. No mine shots. Yeah, 4 more mines on the high ground. Army does split. Baits out 2, 3, 4 mines. We got 1 decent connection towards the end, but we need more mines. We need more of them. They connect. Yeah, they connect well, but do we have enough marines left over? Mutase bust on through. And there is enough buyer. Yeah, there's enough buyer. Mutase, ooh, get punished in the main. No, no! Jesus. They get punished in the main. They take a mine shot to the face. Clem, he defends his 4th. Yeah, the 4th base is up. Contamination here on the factory and denies drilling claws. Okay. Drilling claws is denied. SHIN backs off. He pulls back, pulls away. And again, even though SHIN is bleeding out some mutas and bleeding out some Link Bane, he delays drilling claws. He likewise delays any kind of Widowmine production. And SHIN is about to max. SHIN is about to max. Why is that so? Again, the bases have been left untouched. No harass. Just free mining here for SHIN with the gold as well. So he has the gold base up and running. He has map control. Untouched economy for SHIN. SHIN is now maxing out. Yeah, he's maxing out. And Clem just has been stuck at home. He hasn't been able to move out. He has not been active. Even here, he's stuck chasing mutas instead of punishing the economy. Stuck chasing the mutalisks. Oh no! Oh, we'll take 2 massive mines to the face. Oh god. We'll have to wait for the update because I'm pretty sure mutas did go down there. Okay, to go down. Wings collapse in, catching out some of the marines. Clem is about to max. Here come the banelings. Yeah, here come the banes. Rolling forward, pushing into the planetary. Planetary is gonna go down. Massive pickup. And this is worth it. This is worth it here for SHIN. Takes down the planetary. Trading with the army. Mutase move in, but there are reinforcements. And Clem, he does have a backup base though. Has a backup expansion. 6 mutas going down. Catching out 6 mutas. Clem, he's trying to counterattack. I believe there aren't any banelings left. Only 2. We have 19 banelings morphing in. Show us the mines. Oh, trying to force friendly fire. Okay. Yeah, panic burrow there from Clem. They were all clumped up. Winter mines are going down. Better fight for SHIN. Takes a better fight. Rotates over. Once again, he wants that planetary. Banelings, they aggro onto marauders. But SCVs, they get into the links, they get into the mineral line. Yeah, SCVs are going down. Heavy losses for Clem, and SHIN, he might have just under the banelings. Banelings ahead for the mineral line. SCVs, they pull away. Yeah, workers, they pull away here. Mutas, they have a hard time trading. But still a better fight here for SHIN. As Clem cannot expand. Clem, he can't get a 4th. He can't get a 4th base. He's running out of steam, running out of money. Clem, he's broke. He's broke, bad. Oof. Yeah, losing 1, 2, losing 2 medevacs. Alright, where's Clem with a double scan? Yeah, you know what this means. This is Clem checking to see how far behind he is. And with that, he saw the hive. He saw the hive. He saw the upgrades. The Ultra Cavern was also scouted. That was a how screwed am I scan. That was That's the backstabbings. They keep flooding in, and there's no economy. Every SV is going to be going down. Clem is all in. He's all in at this point. It's all or nothing. Stimming across the map. We'll break through an expansion. We have more banelings to defend. Oof. And banelings, they smash into the army. Brutal connections. And GG. GG, well played. SHIN, he will take a 2-1 lead in the series. Whew. GG. GG, well played. A very intense back and forth here between Clem and SHIN. Once again, we did see Clem, he was able to defend decently well against the mutas, but the mutas and the links and the banelings, they did their job. What did they do? They contained Clem. Again, we tried to emphasize the fact that Clem, at no point was he ever really harassing any of the bases. Top right was left untouched the entire game. Gold base also left untouched the entire game because of the non-stop muta harass and Link Bane as well. Clem, he was just stuck at home. He was just stuck at home. And even if he was trading well, the reality is SHIN, he was on 86 workers and he had the gold base as well. So he could afford it. He could afford to fight even inefficiently and still outtrade Clem. GG. GG well played. So in the end, Clem, he was outscaled. He was outscaled as the game progressed. As SHIN built up a greater and greater economy, and now we're going to be loading into game number 4, loading into Fear and Faith. Let's go. Oh. Let us go. We're loading into Fear and Faith here. We're loading into a 4-player spawn map. And spawning in the top, cross spawns. In the top left-hand corner of Fear and Faith, we have the French Terran player, the blue Terran, representing Team Liquid. Down in the series, can he bounce back and force the ace match? It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Zerg player, the South Green Zerg, representing onside. It is SHIN. Let's go. Let us go. We're getting into our next game. We're getting into match points. Remember, SHIN, he is 1 game away. Hello. We're going for the proxy. We've had it up. We've had it up to here. We have not just 1, we have 2 SCVs, proxy 2 racks. We're going for the proxy 2 racks in the center of the map. Welcome to Fear and Faith. Fear and Faith has 4 spawn locations. You can spawn in top right, top left, bottom left, and bottom right. So 4 possible spawn locations. We do have diagonal cross spawns, long rush distance by ground. This favors Zerg in longer games, but Clem, he just throws caution to the wind. He's going for the proxy, going for the proxy 2 racks. Now, very quickly here, proxy 2 racks is not an all-in. I should emphasize that. There's proxy 3 racks. Proxy 3 racks that exists, that's much more committed. The 2 racks variation can do damage, of course. It can deny an expansion. It can trade well. Typically, you expand behind it. Typically, there is a follow-up. There's a transition point for the Terran. There are all-in variations where you like pull the boys or something crazy like that. But again, like you can macro out of this. Remember, there's no gas. No gas. It is a bunker rush. It's a bunker rush here from Clem. First things first, though, Clem has to figure out where is SHIN. Where is he? What's going on? Now, what this can also do is that this can punish a greedy build. If SHIN, for example, went gasless, if he went for a gasless opener and was cutting a bunch of corners, which is not uncommon in this matchup on Fear and Faith, then Clem can try to punish him even harder. For now, the first overlord goes top right, second overlord goes bottom left. SHIN sees nothing, he knows nothing. Clem is also looking. Comes in for the SCV scout. Ooh, gamble. Clem, he does not check bottom left. Doesn't check bottom left. He's going bottom right. I will spool first. Yeah, we'll spool first. Does confirm. And we have an early queen. Yeah, early queen, and we're responding with a roach all in. Okay, so SHIN looks like he will give up on the low ground. He's going to give up on the low ground. This base is going to be shut down. I don't think SHIN can fight for it. In the end, he's going to take his gases, stay on one base, and go into roach production. Ooh, does let the hatchery finish. Okay, does let it finish. Clem, he wants the queen. Yeah, does let us step in. He wants the queen. The first thing does go down. Boys being pulled, and the queen will barely survive. Oh, I spoke too soon. Getting 1 shot away from going down. The queen is on how much? On 5 HP. As Clem goes further in, 0 mining in the main base. Clem, he's doing critical damage here. Roach production has begun. Again, he ignored the natural. Going further in. And this is getting ahead. This is becoming too much here. Getting 5 drone kills. Boys, they attempt to surround. They fail to do so. 8 drones falling. Queen goes down as well. Oh my god. Roaches, they pop out. So the roaches will defend. And we're in a really weird game state. So Clem didn't kill the base. He chose not to. Instead, he killed 8 drones, which is great. He killed 8 workers. He killed a queen as well. Back at home, proxy, he's doubling down. Yeah, he's doubling down. He's going all in. Proxy Marauder as a follow-up instead of getting a factory and a CC back at home. Meanwhile, SHIN confirms. SHIN, he does scout. He does confirm that there is no follow-up. Ooh, losing a roach. And 1 roach does go down. SHIN, he is unaware of the proxy location. He's unaware of the location. SHIN, he's re-droning. Uh-oh. SHIN, he believes this is over. He scouts, he sees no follow-up. This is a misread out of SHIN. I mean, he does need to at least get up to 1 base saturation, but Marauders are coming. And this is all there is to defend. 2 Ravagers. That's it. 2 Ravagers. 0 Queens, 0 Zerglings, and SHIN is still making drones. He's still making drones. Okay, we have one more roach on the way. It's going to be 2 Ravagers and 1 roach, pappy. Marauders are coming in. Thankfully, no concussive shell. True. Thankfully, no concussive shell. Not yet. Shin has to be very careful with these Ravagers. Lings, they pop out just in time. The first Marauder is going to go down. Gets 1 Marauder. Lings are trickling in just in time. Yeah, the Lings arrive just in time, and Shin, shuts down the Marauders. Gets 1, he gets 2. And Shin is droning. Shin, he's droning up, but this time he's safe to do so. He's safe to drone up. He's fine. Oh, we'll lose a Ravager. Yeah, we'll lose 1, but it's fine. The Lings are punishing. The Lings, they punish these Marauders so hard. The MVP Zerglings. They're out in time. They punish the Marauders. They just tank so well. They tank so well for the Roaches. Now here comes that factory follow-up, but at this point, Shin, he's got a natural. He's up a base. He's up a base, up an expansion. Even here, catching up more Marauders. Clem bleeding out too much. Losing too much back. And again, Clem, he chose to double down, right? He chose to double down. He chose to commit into proxy Marauder as well. He committed. Yeah, we've got the slow Lings and the slow Roaches against the slow Marauders. It's Shin, he wants that final Marauder. He wants it. Doesn't quite get it. And from here, Shin needs to calm down a little bit. We're throwing away too much. Yeah, throwing away too much. He has to pull back. Behind this, link speed is on the way. Getting link speed. Likewise, he did drone up a little bit. Back at home, Clem. Still no CC on the high ground. He's going for the starport instead. No command center out of Clem. Going for a second wave of Marauders. Link speed is not ready. But Shin, he will be able to collapse in. Tries to. Ideally, Shin wants to lure the army onto creep. He wants to lure these Marauders onto creep. Hellions are on the way. Are we going to go for like a one-base Marauder Hellbat all in? Is that the plan? Do we even need Hellbats? Hellions might be good enough. Remember, like against these Marauders, Lings have been the MVPs, but how do you shut down Lings? Hellions. Hellions are scouted. Link speed is done. We're coming for this round. The Hellions aren't here. Wow, the Hellions are not here. They're not ready. Catching out 1, catching out 2, 3, 4 Marauders. Massive catch for Shin before the Hellions come in. Yeah, they were not here in time. Catching out more Marauders. Down to 3. Massive catch here from Shin. Behind this, we have Roaches now amassing. Things. Oh, they run into more reinforcing Hellions. It's still messy. It's still very messy. But I favor Shin defensively. Assuming we have Ling support. Yeah, Lings, they come in from behind. Where Ravager maintains control of the high ground. Oh, does overextend, losing 2. Well, 1, 2 Roaches go down. Where are the Lings? Where are the Zerglings? Queens, they do maintain themselves. Lings, they trickle in as well. At the same time, we're catching reinforcements in the center of the map. Oh, 1 Ravager falls. Uh-oh. Queens, where are we going? Queens, they called out. Oh my god. Yeah, Queens, they called off a creep. 1 Queen goes down. Massive pickoff. Down to 1. Down to 1 Queen. Another does reinforce. Back up to 2. Back up to 2. And Shin barely holding on. Moving in more Ravagers. 14 Lings are on the way. I feel like that should be enough. Yeah, that should be enough. Medevac goes down as well. The Hellions are low from earlier. Hellions are falling. Ooh, another Hellion gets focused down. And another. Down to 2 Hellions. Only 2 Hellions left. Here comes just massive surge of Zerglings. Collapsing the army. Hellions get surrounded. And that's going to be it. That's going to be it here. The all-in has failed. It was very close. GG gets called, and Shin, he will claim the series 3-1, becoming this week's the Kung Fu Cup number 14 champion. GG. Whew, GG, well played. A very intense and very clutch kind of end to the series here. Clem going for the proxy T-Rex, but then he doubled down. He went proxy Marauder as well. He almost caught SHIN droning, but SHIN, the links came out just in time. The timing was crazy, but the links came out just in time to reinforce the Roaches and Ravagers. We did see that Clem doubled down with the Hellion reinforcements, and another big moment, really important moment actually for SHIN. If this hadn't happened, SHIN probably would have died, was when SHIN, when link speed finished, he surrounded the Marauders. Before the Hellions arrived, SHIN, he caught 4, or was it 5? It was like between 4 and 5 Marauders got surrounded and were killed just before the Hellions arrived. If that hadn't happened, if the Hellions had made it there to support the army, if SHIN wasn't as, if he wasn't as on top of, like, making use of that link speed timing, most likely, because of how close that defense was, the game just ends. Like Clem, he reinforces, he has 4 to 5 extra Marauders, then he just breaks through. He just breaks through, overwhelms. So really crucial that SHIN was able to collapse on that army with those speedlings before the Hellions arrived as well, and GG. GG, well played with that. SHIN, he does claim the series. Again, he is going to be our KungFu Cup number 14 champion. Congratulations. Congratulations here to SHIN. Shout out to Clem for making it to the finals, of course, for having a back and forth series with SHIN, and likewise shout out to Ryung for popping off earlier for knocking out Hero. Likewise for Classic also making it into the top 4 as well. GG. GG, well played. Hey, hey, hey. Crazy, might be crazy. Where are the 1v1 Crank Gathers matches? They're going to be casted tomorrow. Speaking of, so I did see someone asking about Crank Gathers in the chats. We can head on over here to our schedule. There we go. So as you can see here, we just wrapped up with our Thursday evening broadcast. As you can see here, KungFu Cup Thursday evening, and you can see that tomorrow, you can see that logo there, that's Crank Gathers. Crank Gathers Season 4 is going to be tomorrow in less than 24 hours, and on Saturday as well. Now, usually we'd be casting it Friday morning, but I am unavailable. I'm unavailable Friday morning, so it's going to be a Friday evening broadcast. Again, in around 20-ish hours time, around 20 hours. Around 20 hours time, we're going to be live with, at this time, this place, this channel, with the Crank Gathers StarCraft Evolution and group stage. We're going to be live tomorrow evening, and likewise on Saturday morning as well. So back-to-back broadcasts of Crank Gathers. Likewise, on Saturday and Sunday, we have MSO and STC, the Masters One Open and Sparkling Tunica Cup throughout the course of the weekend. So that's going to be our schedule for the rest of the week. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. Again, it's been a very intense week of StarCraft with a GSL CK, with Crank Gathers, KungFu Cup, Wardy Monday, Pigastar Cup, Tuna Cups as well. All of our regular scheduled broadcasting. When it comes to the upcoming weeks of StarCraft, expect more of the same. Crank Gathers, I believe, does wrap up next week. And when Crank Gathers wraps up, then we can start to get into like the SEL invitational tournaments, and also we can get into RSL, the Rival StarCraft League. The playoffs will also be beginning next week as well. I think it's next week or the week after. Double checking. Next week, yeah. And next week is when the RSL does begin. So we'll be there to co-stream the Rival StarCraft League. We'll be there. We'll be there for it. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. We're going to be wrapping up here for the time being. And again, we'll be back tomorrow in under 24 hours time with the Crank Gathers tournament. If that comment is in reference to why aren't we covering Crank Gathers live? Well, live coverage of Crank Gathers is exclusive to TvZ. TvZ is a Korean streaming platform. It's like Twitch, but Korean. So if we were to live cast it, we would have to only be live on TvZ, and the reality is that foreigners or international viewers don't really watch streams on that channel. So even if we were the only English stream covering that event, and we would be, and we have been, it doesn't really garner too much traction for us. It's not really too worth it. It's good for the Korean scene. A lot of Korean viewership does arrive there, but less so international audiences, which is our main audience. So that's why we do not live cast the Crank Gathers event. Don't live cast them, but we cast it via replays instead. Via replays. So again, that'll be next time. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. Referencing to lava compromise between droning for a third versus amassing an army, but extra lava makes sense, as you say. Yeah. Like extra lava, extra production, right? Like the production of a Zerg player is tied to their hatchery count. So the third base, even if it's just for lava, even if you're not getting up to full saturation, is still typically worth it. But regardless, with that, we're going to be wrapping up. And again, we'll see you guys tomorrow or whenever we see you. Again, we're live on a daily basis, typically 2 times a day. So plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft. If you want to watch some of these events, and if you cannot watch it live, and if you want to watch the VOD, if you missed out on GSLCK, for example, !socials, you can check us out over on YouTube. Our YouTube channel, we do upload on a daily basis over on YouTube. Our uploads on YouTube are around like 3 to 4 weeks behind. So if you want to watch live content or the most recent content on YouTube, then check the live tab. Check the live tab on YouTube, because we do stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So it's all archived there under the live tab. It's just, it takes I say it takes a while for us to edit all the VODs and to cut them and to upload them individually. That is true, but more importantly, we do limit uploads to like 1 tournament a day. Otherwise, it becomes too much spam. Like, because we cast so much, like we still upload like a lot of VODs every single day, but we typically, as you can see here, cast twice a day, and it's a lot of VODs, a lot of matches, and we don't want to spam like the sub feed. So we limit ourselves to 1 a day. That's why it's behind, because as you can see, we cast more than once a day. So that's the reasoning for that. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for the support. We appreciate it, and we'll see you guys next time. Till then, ciao, papa, ciao. See you next time. Hasta luego. See you next time.